Hello, I'm going to be showing you how to add swimming to the game animation sample using advanced swim component. It's pretty straightforward, it's pretty easy. The product link is in the description as well as the Discord for any questions you might have. In this video we're going to be going over basic migration, setting up the animation graph using a linked animation graph node, which is super quick, and setting up the basic controls. That's really all there is to it. If you have a different mannequin rig or a different rig, we're going to be going over that in a different video. I should have it posted in a couple days. With that being said, let's get into the video. First thing you're going to do, open up the swimming component. Once that opens up, actually first we're going to go into the game animation. We're going to go into our project settings. Go to collision, add a new object channel, water, overlap, one more, set to negation, set that to overlap as well. Except all done here. Close out of that. Our project. Gotta do here. Oh, one more thing. Enable water plugin. Oh, it's already enabled. We'll go in here. Migrate this to our animation sample content folder. Once that migrates over, you can go ahead and close out of this, and everything else is going to be done over here. So the first thing we're going to do is go into the swim component, third person, characters, mannequins, meshes. Delete this, we don't need that anymore. And we're going to replace it with our skeleton. Make sure it's a UE5 skeleton, or at least one that uses the exact same bones. Otherwise, you'll have to retarget. After that, let's go to our check some things first. Go to the component. Our water collision is set to water. Make sure the negation is negation. We're going to go to our volumes. We're going to use this water volume here. This water collision variable set to water. Mine was set to traversable, so if you're using a game animation sample, make sure to set that. Go into this one, do the same thing. This one is not, this is just the basic form of that one. So it's not, I don't have it set as a variable, so you have to go to the collision down here, set it to water, overlap everything. Do the same for negation. Obviously, we're gonna make it negation now. This one has a variable, so we set up a little testing over here. Now we're gonna go to our character. Give them the swim component. Name it swim component. Let's enable debugging. Help us figure out any issues we might come across. And then we need to go to class settings, add the swim API, file and save. Make sure we get those events. And we're going to do on event in lap. Then begin swimming BPI. Then we're going to do event stop BPI. Get our swim component water event. This one's begin overlap, so we're going to leave it like that. This one, we're going to uncheck it since it's not begin over. We don't need to connect the post process. From there, we're going to go down to our movement. This is this one right here. The game animation sample. This is for something different. Let's give ourselves a little bit of room here. Gonna set the right axis right here for X. A little bit. We're gonna get our swim component again over here. Get server movement. Swim movement. Sorry. That's gonna get connected to the Y. See where we're at so far. Swimming is working. Locomotion, or not the animation yet. So for the animations, this is using, since by default this is not technically the UE skeleton, we're gonna assign a different skeleton to this Sandbox character. We'll make it duplicate. Just in case we screw anything up. Find a different skeleton here. UE5 mannequin, let's directory. So now this is our new Sandbox character. I'm gonna rename it to Animation Blueprint E5 Sandbox. Set that one right here. Go back to that, open it up. Right, anim graph. Add the linked anim graph node. Connect the swim graph here. Get up right there. Good to go. Bones are a little odd on the Fortnite skeleton. Click N, switch to the normal rig. And we can test it out on different ones. So now, didn't notice our post process is off. The reason that is because we're using a gameplay camera. We're not using this one, the game animation sample. Post process only affects this one. So what we're gonna do is go into our advanced swim component, and we're not even using this anymore. So we're just gonna get rid of that connection there. Don't need this anymore. This update camera post process. Don't need to set post process settings on N overlap. Don't need to set them when we're on the ground. This. Oh, that's the same one. Search for post process. That's the one I was thinking. Search for post process. We don't need anymore. So find references to those, and we can just clear those. Totally bypass all that. Back to looking for our camera. This is no longer used since we already bypassed it. This won't be bypassed that. So that's everything there. Close out all those. After that, we're going to have to go back to our water volume. Print. Click our post process over here. We're going to do enabled. Set our blend weight to 1 and our blend radius to 0. Auto activate. Now our post process is working. So the next step is to add optional controls to layer. Add sprint. Sprint. I'm going to connect it here. On the game animation sample, all you have to do is plug it into the action value, since this changes when you unsprint essentially. However, if you're in a different project and you have an unsprint event, or an event that sets the value of your walk speed back to normal, you'd want to make another one of these events and just have this unchecked, and it'll set your swim speed back to the baseline speed, which is whatever you have it right here. Now our sprinting is set up. Have to change them. Alright. Now we're going to add swim up and down. So for this one, we're gonna have to add a new input. So the input in the game animation sample is set over here. Mapping context, that's the word I was looking for. Find that. And we already have our diving inputs from the swim component folder, so it's called up. I'll just add up. Make that E. I'm going to add down. Make that one Q. Just going to go over here now. On up. Action. Action. We want to make sure that we connect it to ongoing. We're going to grab the swim component. Dive input. Ongoing. Going up. This one we're obviously going down, so back up. Set the ongoing. Save that. One more thing I forgot is ledge climbing. So for our ledge climbing, it should be set up automatically. Climb anything that's a static mesh, or I think also vehicles are tagged. But if you noticed, this static mesh is set to world dynamic. World static is right. But so for that, what we're gonna have to do is either we can change this to world static, or we could go into the swim component, do ledge, check for ledge. Down here, we're gonna add world dynamic to all three of these. Maybe in an update, I'll make this already have world dynamic. But sometimes people have world dynamic as like volumes and things, so you wouldn't want, if you're using world dynamic for like some type of collision volume that the player shouldn't interact with, you wouldn't want that here. Only things that the player collides with should be here. Now that that's set up, we can climb up. Dive up and down. Sprint. You don't want it to crouch when you come out of the water. Can crouch. You can just set get this variable. There's a lot of places you could add it, but for ease of simplicity, we'll just add it right here. Cool. And check if we're swimming. Swimming and we're crouched. Crouch. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Another thing we can add is the jumping. Find our jump input. So for our triggered, I believe where it goes. Like I already merged this earlier. Oh no, we'll add it. So for our started, check is jumping over. Oh, wrong one. Over water. Connect that right there. And for this, it's important that our water is deep enough. Or you could set it to be shallow in the settings. or you could set it to be shallow in the blueprint. So what we're going to do is find that. Find the jump prediction function. And then where we are determining the water is deep enough is right here. Oh, it's set it to something like 200. So something small for 200. So this is duplicate this if we're high enough. Now we can go to the water plugin or the swim demo and try out our new character. So our post process, obviously we removed it because we don't have the normal camera. In the Unreal Engine water, I have it disabled in the demo. Because it's not always accurate. I'm gonna enable it. And you could tinker with it and want. When you get situations like this, it's because the collision on the river inaccurate. And it's not in sync with the texture of the water. So it's not the component. You could fix it by kind of just moving the spline around, river spline, and it'll regenerate the collision. So that's the end of the video for now. I'm gonna try to make some more videos on different things, but I just wanted to make a longer video, like an intro to the system video, kind of go over some of the settings and talk about some of the things that are going on. If you don't have the project yet, feel free to check it out. The link is in the description. I also have the Discord in the description. Join us in the Discord. You don't need to own the project to be in the Discord. It's just a Unreal Engine community Discord. Anyways, I'm going to try to make some more videos on merging with different things, adding different skeletons, and setting up state machines. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for sticking around to watch the video. I'm excited to see what you guys make with this, and I hope you enjoy the project.